Hello guys, and in today's video we got something very special, and that is the hammer. So basically what I want to do is show you guys how I customize this thing and show you guys how it drifts on low grips, because the drift tuning part of this car, that is a thing that will be on full release. It's not released yet on this car. I've tried merging it as well, it does not work. So for the time being, it's going to be a low grips car, so that's why this video is low grips. When the car actually releases, I'll be trying it on drift tuning, but for now, like I said, low grips. So this thing looks amazing in game. It is a little bit of a brick, obviously, but it looks very cool. But I want to see one more time. Alright, so starting out with the arch covers, I went with stock. The reason why, I just think that it looks the best because I just try to go for like a nice clean build. But you do have bolt-on fenders which look alright. Yeah, then you do have the wide body kit, which do look better because there isn't like bolts for no reason on this car. But I still don't know how I feel about it. I just like the stock fenders the most. They fit the car more, in my opinion. Armor, obviously I have none. Brakes, I do have upgraded brakes. I actually didn't know that. Usually I would run stock for drift builds, but since this thing was merged, I obviously have upgraded brakes, but that's completely okay. Alright, for front bumper, again, I went with stock bumper. The Euro plates are very nice on this car because with the custom plates as well, they actually do carry over. So this is what it looks like with a yank plate. It basically makes it worn. It looks really cool. I just feel like they just chopped off the Yankton part, and that's this plate essentially. But um, other than that, it looks really cool. Now you can obviously go with the uh, fog light delete, which will get rid of some little extra headlights. You can go with the fog delete and the plate delete, which actually makes that front end look really good. Street bumper, and then you have the race day bumper. Um, my two choices is either stock or this one because it actually does make it look a lot nicer. I like that. But we're gonna go with the stock bumper. And same at the back, just because I hate how all of these look. Um, I would understand for like a really crazy drift car, but I like to keep this thing clean. So, all right. Obviously, max engine upgrade to get the most power out of the car. For exhaust, I went with this one because, as you can see, the stock one doesn't really look the greatest. Um, I could have gone with something like this. This also works. I just wanted to go with something that looks nice. It's really my goal with this car. Grill, we went with stock just to keep the chrome because I do like the little chrome accents on this car. We have headlight covers, which are from the tuners update here, and as well a couple other things. We have headlight tape. We have the little sleeper lights, which are interesting. Front intakes, which are on both sides, which actually doesn't look that bad if you're going for something like a more comp build, which is very cool. You also have track lights, which really do the full effect, and that's it. I went with stock, obviously. For the hood, we went with the ornament. This is such a nice touch. You can either have the emblem or the ornament. Also, here's the rest of them. They all look pretty terrible to me, so either stock or this one. I like the ornament a lot though. Liveries, I went with none. The reason why, there's only 8 here. The rest are locked behind drift tuning, and also I think there is some unreleased liveries. But for now, I'll show you guys what I have. So yeah, not a lot. Kind of disappointing. But there is more, like I said, that are locked behind drift tuning and all of that. So pretty cool. Now, With the louvers, they're not just louvers, which is this final option here. We also have a rear sun strip, which is very interesting. Um, I don't really know how to feel about that, but it does look not bad. I think in some ways you can get that to work. As well, we have the roof wing, of course, which looks very nice on this car. And then your louvers. So, plate, you don't need to really worry about plate color. This is just a crew color, both primary and secondary. For side skirts, I have stock skirts. The reason for this is they look the best, they fit the car really well. Because we do have the smooth arc skirts, which does bring it down a little bit and smoothen it out, which still really works, but I just think the stock looks the best there. Alright, splitters. Splitters is easily the worst part about this car. So we have the chrome splitter, which is terrible in itself. Then we have the painted version of that. And then we have the gold one. And then we have the track splitter, the only one that is carbon. And it has a million times more like reinforced bars. So it's terrible. I would like just a little tiny, like, just something simple, but nope. Alright, spoilers, we're gonna start at the stock here. So we do have the greatest wing on this car. This thing looks beautiful, amazing with this wing. We have the extreme aero wing. It goes so well on this car, like you see it, like jokes aside, we have the factory spoiler, which is the one I'm running. Now I know for low grip tire cars, you don't really want to run spoilers because it can affect the car dramatically, but in this case, I wanted to put one on because it looks super nice and helps the flat breakiness of this car. We have the ducktail spoiler, which also looks pretty good. We have the bolt-on version of that. We have a drift wing, which is this wing, but actually to size. Performance wing, GT wing, RS wing, which does look pretty good on some builds, I can't lie. You got your you got your actual wing, which looks sick. Track wing, which is alright. And here we go, loop battle wing. We got the circuit master wing, which has the whole package here. Yeah, so I actually don't mind that now, but I really like this, so we're gonna keep that on there. We have sun strips, two options here. Starting out, you have your sun strip, and then you have your sun strip on sun strip action here. Really interesting. Yes, both ducktails do look really good. But yeah, this really confuses me. I don't know why there's an option for two sun strips, but there is. That's all I have to say about this. It it looks interesting. So suspension, it is on the lowest, of course. Transmission, it is all the way upgraded. We obviously have turbos, and for wheels, we have Benny's wheels on here, which looks super nice. And the color is unselected gray as well, which is really cool. Window tint, we have some, secret sauce on there, some clears, which looks super nice. So this car is a little bit custom and a little bit modded, but looks really good. So let's go ahead and let's drift this thing at a couple of spots. So we're here at the military base. Obviously a great spot to get down in this thing. You guys know I like drifting here. This is a crazy cool line that I almost spun out on because of the rain, but we're good. So I have a little bit of practice in this car. It feels really, really good in my opinion. It does feel like there's something off with the steering that is like different from obviously the Fox body and all that, but it still is really, really good. The clutch kicks in this thing are amazing. They give you enough power to hold this thing out and all that. It's great, even though they are a little bit delayed, if you couldn't tell already. Sometimes they don't even, there we go, like that, they don't even register properly. But besides that, the clutch kicks themselves are really good. it still is really responsive to what you need to do, so you can definitely drive through it, even if they don't work sometimes, like right there. But the car itself is really good. Like, it feels pretty stable with the setup I have, even though I do have the wing on it. Um, it's a little tail hoppy there, but it definitely works for shorter courses and not necessarily longer courses. But I think you can still push it there. Obviously, this car is going to be way different with drift tuning when that is fully released. But for now, with low grips, it still is a really good car. And do I recommend the $1.9 million that this car will be when it releases? If you like AMG hammers and you like 190Es, then it's definitely in your market. And this car does feel really good drifting. Uh, yeah, that's like it's phenomenal. It gets down. There we go. Oh, I haven't done that in a minute. Yeah, this thing's a lot of fun. If you couldn't tell, this thing drives incredible as well. Uh, Honestly, at first I thought the steering was a little bit wonky on this car, and maybe it's actually not, because I actually really like how this thing drives. Um, I would still say the Fox body is probably the better car out of the two for low grip drifting, but obviously drift tuning is probably where it takes a cake between the two, because that's drift tuning. Besides that, this thing is still an amazing, well-rounded car. The upgrades are a little bit as you can tell from earlier. There's still some good ones, but you can't really do a whole lot. You're basically making the car stock, but unless you really like the track focused or more time attacky look. So to drive this car, you will need an Anoag bot, and what that essentially is somebody you add on Xbox that is basically just a bot account sitting in bad sport lobbies that you can join to either job TP or drive unreleased vehicles. Um, and you do that by joining and accepting all the alerts. That's the only way you can drive this vehicle, or else you'll be kicked out, and like in 2 seconds, and the car will just like disappear and go all over the place. Besides that, this car is amazing, and I cannot wait for drift tuning to be on this car. If you guys enjoyed any part of this video, from the customizing to drifting this thing around, if you did, hit that like button. Really appreciate it, and would help this video out and my channel out itself. And also leave a comment on what you guys want to see next, what you guys want to see more from me, and all that stuff, because I'm always looking at comments. And yeah, so cannot wait for this thing to have drift tuning, and when it does, I'm gonna try it. But I'll see you guys then. So see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.